What's up, everybody? It is the Best Bot Kid Smooth, and I am back with another video. And it looks like we're back at it. Next gen rumors, Xbox. I think this came out today. We know CES is taking place. AMD is there. A lot of the big, tech wizards are there. Microsoft is there. They're talking about new tablets, new handhelds, Ryzen, RDNA 4 and all this other stuff. I think Call of Duty is going to be taking advantage of RDNA 4 on these new, chipsets that's coming out and whatnot. So a lot of stuff going on. New TVs are being revealed and monitors, special displays and whatnot. It's a lot of cool things happening in the tech world with CES this week. So right now, what we got, this rumor comes from, I guess, a Call of Duty insider. But the first time I've seen of it is from Tom Henderson. And I think he tells us who the person is. But this is concerning a new Xbox called Xbox Prime that's targeting a 2026 launch. Now, I want to say, I think at the start of this last year around this time, when Xbox was doing this whole freaking, in the Xbox business update, it was rumored that Xbox was working on a next gen console to launch, very early, meaning like right after the Pro, instead of doing a mid-gen, they're going to just skip ahead and do the next generation. And then we heard rumors of a handheld. Phil Spencer talked about a handheld. So who knows, man? This one's talking about specifically the console and coming out 2026. The name, I don't think it's, I think this might be a code name, like how Project Scorpio was, and Project Scarlet, Anaconda, Lockhart, Seville, all those project names, Brooklyn, whatever. I think that's what might it be. But the thing is, he's saying it's a console. Who knows? We got this whole situation where Xbox is also, working on making a universal like Xbox app to take advantage of like the existing handhelds, PCs, and whatnot. A true app where everything can literally become an Xbox properly, and not like this curated thing that we got. Because again, gaming on PC through Xbox, it's not the same. That's a separate video. I definitely want to do that video. But this one, I do want to talk about Xbox Prime 2026. I'm not sure if it's not that I don't believe it, but let's talk about it. It says the news comes from a X account, the Ghost of Hope, who has a history of posting primarily Call of Duty leaks. According to Hope, he says that he's heard that the next Xbox console is still coming in 2026, because this was from last year when we first got the rumors, and it will be called Xbox Prime. I don't get this. The Xbox Prime, unless Amazon is acquiring the Xbox division, Xbox Prime to me doesn't make any sense. It doesn't roll off the tongue the way it should. Like, I believe it or not, people hate Xbox Series X and S. I actually love the Series X and S branding and naming. I didn't mind the Xbox One branding, and so. But Xbox Prime, it's like, all right, if Amazon was making an Xbox, that makes sense, but. I don't get the Prime name. I gotta look into what Prime means. Prime doesn't mean anything to me. Series meant something to me, so that's why I've like, if they when you name something Xbox Series, you could actually launch multiple series of that, of the Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, Xbox Series C, Xbox Series Y, Xbox Series X2, like, you know what I mean, the Series X2, the Series G3, whatever, you know what I mean, stuff like that, right? But Xbox Prime, all right, that's what they're calling it. He continues to say that it's unclear if the console's name is or is the code name, which I figured might be a code name. He continues to say that it's unclear if the console's name is the code name or not, and that Infinity Ward's next Call of Duty title, presumably Modern Warfare 4, will be a day one release. Hope later continues that the Xbox next gen release is pretty much an open secret within the industry. So people who are in the industry knows that this thing exists. If the rumors prove to be true, it could suggest that we would be hearing about this sometime about the next generation sooner rather than later, possibly by the end of the year. Makes sense if it's truly targeting next year. The rest of the article goes on to say how much the Series X is, selling compared to the PlayStation 5, all this other stuff. There's an update from Jaz Corden. They said Jaz Corden says that there's no such thing as Xbox Prime launching in 26. Here's the thing. Jez has been wrong. Obviously, remember, when Jez said Xbox doesn't have any multi-platform plans, that was a sigh of relief until it wasn't. Now, I'm not discrediting Jez. I know before the person that posted this thing, I think, tried to reach out to Jez to verify this, and Jez didn't have a source to verify this. But now Jez is just flat out denying it. I'm not sure. I wouldn't be surprised if it is or if it isn't, only because Xbox has had. I don't know if Xbox followed any traditions. The first Xbox console life cycle was only about 4 years. 360 was extremely long, which was 8, and Xbox One life cycle was 7. And if this was true, it would make the series life cycle to be more like 6. Now, when you consider, the thing is though, the generations, right? To me, the way I viewed like the gaming, I don't view them as generations anymore. I don't think they've gotten the clean break. I think the last generation of like clean breaks were Gen 7, whatever the 360 PS3 gen. I think that was the last new generation. Xbox One PS4 generation, I think, was the start of a generation that is, I would just call, forward, backward, forward compatible. Because the thing is ever since the Xbox One, people forget the series came out. The series came out, right? When the series consoles came out, all we did was play Xbox One games. All the games that were there were just Xbox One games, just looked and ran better on these. It was like another mid-gen refresh, right, with a different name. So it's like at this point, I feel like the way that Xbox has been dealing with their consoles and their software efforts, the way that they handle compatibility, the way that they're obviously trying to merge everything like with PC and cloud streaming. I don't think it matters whether Xbox released a next gen console now in a handheld this year, a next gen console next year, because they're the same. They're going to be running the same games, running your existing library. The UI may not change. It may get better with or update with time, but I don't, because remember when we turned on our Xbox Series, it was the same UI as the Xbox One. You wouldn't even know it if you didn't have the outside of the box looking completely different. If you just had the UI on the screen and whatnot, you wouldn't have known that was a series or a one. They share the same UI, same ecosystem. So it's like I can see it happening. Because it's not like once they do that, the Series X and S would just die off. No, they would just continue to get the same like games. It's just that the best place to be playing them wouldn't be the Series X. It would be whatever this console, whatever gimmick it comes with. There's been a lot of rumors that they're going to be doing like this this PC like console where it can run Steam and all this other stuff. I don't know what they're doing, but at the end of the day, I'm happy of any Xbox hardware rumor, whether it's a handheld, whether it's a Xbox console itself made from Microsoft. I'm open to the idea of like Alienware, Asus, anyone making a Xbox console. I'm curious to see how that works. But I just want to see how Xbox marries this whole situation of what they're trying to do, because I got the idea of what Xbox is trying to do. I just need to see it in action, and it needs to be intuitive as it needs to be. So, for example, I have an iPhone, and my wife has like an Apple family of devices. My wife has an iPhone, iPad, iMac Pro, and then one of those big ass. I bought her like what the hell you call it? Their tower version, but it's just a screen. Like she has all of that, and those that is a cohesive ecosystem where it's truly everything that she has is some sort of an Apple or it's an iPhone, right? Everything's an iPhone, right? Because everything she can do on her phone or everything she can do on her Mac or whatever she can do on her phone, she can do on her watch, she can do on whatever that's within that family. And I can see Xbox trying to do that with every device that isn't an Apple. And not to say, because I think you could be able to, I think you could definitely access like cloud gaming and stuff like that on Mac and stuff like that. Xbox Game Pass on Mac and Chromebook and stuff like that. So, but like I could see what they're trying to do, but I need them to do it the way I need them to do it, meaning right now the Xbox console is the premier best place, the best way to experience Xbox. And I'm not saying that on the basis of like performance or getting the best graphics or anything like that. It's more so like everything, like whether Game Pass, backwards compatibility, like UI, like your library, like just the history. You can't replicate that today on cloud gaming. You can't replicate it on your phone. You can't replicate it on your PC or anything like that, because, and part of the reason is because every game that exists on Xbox consoles, whether it's Xbox One Series, whatever, 360, whatever, does not exist on PC the way it should. The Xbox app on PC needs to be the Xbox that we got on console, meaning I need to have access to everything I have access to on console. I have to be able to have access to on PC, on Xbox app for PC, Xbox app for cloud. I mean, I'm talking about the entire library. You know what I mean? Like, and now I'm understanding why, Xbox did the UWP thing, their Play Anywhere initiative. As an Xbox fan and as just a standard consumer, more consumers actually should have rooted for that to go through. Like, we needed way more publishers and developers to kind of opt in, because one, is beneficial to consumers, but it was the only way for people who are graduating from console, let's say, to PC, or finally upgrading from console to PC. Only real chance for you to literally take your library with you 100% if everybody adopted that. If everybody jumped on that bandwagon back in 2016 when Xbox did it, and that's almost 8-9 years ago, and let's say every publisher, some Capcom jumped on it with them, Activision did a little bit with them, Bethesda jumped on it with them fairly early and stuff like that. Some of their partners did it, but if everyone did it, like I'm talking about everyone if you're making a game for Xbox One, you should have made a game for Xbox app or Windows PC Xbox app. If you're going to put the game on Steam and you're putting the game on Xbox the console, there should have been a Windows Essential, a Windows version, or an Xbox app version. And that's more so the problem. If everybody would have adopted that thing 8 years ago, the Xbox on PC now would be literally flourishing from a library perspective. But they now have to find a way to sort of translate that. Now, obviously, having a console, and maybe they'll launch all this stuff with the console when you have a new piece of hardware, new Xbox that, has access to all this stuff. And then at the same time, they're upgrading, all these other platforms' ability to access this new Xbox via app, the Xbox app likely being different, cloud gaming likely being different, so that they're more cohesive. I'm not sure what I want from another Xbox console other than more graphics and more frame rates and whatnot. But I'm at a point right now, from a software perspective, Xbox can do whatever. From a hardware perspective, they can do whatever they want, because on the software side of things, the games, I'm satisfied. The games are coming this year alone. Boom, boom, boom. So it's not like, oh man, they're launching a new console, and as their current console is just finally getting games. No, it's going to be like, people gotta understand, right? When Xbox One was getting games, bro. Like, Xbox One got Forza Horizon 5. You know, Xbox One got Halo Infinite and stuff like that. So it wouldn't be like this hard cut. It's just that, you know, games like Blade and games like Gears of War, E-Day would be, the next Halo would be literally games that more so usher in that console, but they would be rapidly available for the series consoles as well. You know what I mean? And I know people wouldn't be held back. Nah, it is what it is. I trust Microsoft devs to, you know, obviously optimize for Series S. But, you know, Xbox Prime, again, the name sounds when there's smoke, there's fire. So I do think there's smoke, despite what, regardless of what Jez says that this doesn't exist. I do feel like Xbox has something that they're going to launch within the next 12 to 24 months. Only because I do feel like they will usher in the new, this new universal Xbox thing that they're trying to do. I do think they will usher it in with a new console. And I don't think they're going to, their next generation console is just going to be, you know, them letting other manufacturers make the console. I do think they will launch a console, and then either shortly after or around the same time, other manufacturers will develop, also build their version of that Xbox console. And then at that point, whichever one you want, you can do. And it's just that I think other manufacturers would be allowed to make more powerful ones. You know what I mean? They just got to figure out, and they'll be able to do that if they're able to figure out the way to make the current Xbox, the current library, the current UI, the current ecosystem to the point where it can go with you no matter what platform you're playing on, whether that's PC, cloud gaming. It's not something that that would launch on PlayStation. Obviously, PlayStation will get the games a la carte, whatnot, but that experience has to kind of upgrade in a way. But who knows? I'm looking forward to it. Always love me some piece of new hardware if it's worth it, especially if it's a next generation, not like these modular mid-gen upgrades or whatnot. But I do think the crazy thing is I think Xbox would do a proper leap into next generation, but the way that they treat your library and the ecosystem, it would feel like it would actually come off like a mid-gen upgrade. Because of it wouldn't be like a hard cut anywhere. Everything would kind of just move seamlessly. It's just that what you're getting underneath the hood is a lot more powerful. But we will see, guys. Let me know your thoughts on Xbox Prime in the comment section below. I will get to your comments, man. And hopefully I didn't say this is a quick video, because I definitely cleared 17 minutes. As always, guys, Xbox is the best box. I am the best bot. Good night or good morning if you're on the other side of the globe. I am out of here. Peace and love.